So problem 3 is factoring a difference of two squares. And we want to find out what is the factored form of each expression. Now before we do that, we want to answer the question, can we use the rule for difference of two squares to find out if we can factor these to two binomials? Well, yeah, because the binomial is a difference, that means subtraction, and both terms are perfect squares. So the A term is a perfect square and the B term is a perfect square. Okay? Now, if I want to find out what my A and my B are so that I can put them into my binomial, then I have to, for my A, that's going to be equal to the square root of what's here. So we have the square root of V squared, which is V. And then for the second term, for my B, that's going to be 100, and this we want the square root of 100, which is equal to 10. Now, so what we're going to do here is we have our V and we have our 10, and let me think about this for a second. What case did we have when we had a perfect square for the A and a perfect square for the B, but then no middle term? Do you remember? Well, that would be when we had an A plus B and an A minus B. Okay, so that when we had the inner term, that would be an AB, and then we had the outer term, that would be a negative AB. Those both would cancel out. And then we just have the A squared and the B squared minus the B squared. Okay, so that is what the case is when we are factoring the difference of two squares. So here, my A is V, so I'm going to have V plus 10, which is my B, and then I'm going to have V minus 10. And there is my final answer. And of course, if you FOIL it, you will see that you're going to end up with a canceled middle term, okay? Because the first is V squared, so there's the V squared. The outer is a negative 10V. The inner is a positive 10V. Those cancel out. And then we have our last, which is 10 times negative 10, which is negative 100. There's our final answer. Okay? So why don't you do B on your own? Pause the tape, pause the video, do B on your own, and then turn it on again to see the answer. All right, so for problem B, we have our A, which we're going to find by taking the square root of the first term, so the square root of s squared, which is equal to s. And our B is going to be the square root of the second term, which is the square root of 16, which is equal to 4. So now we have our A and our B, and of course we're going to put it in the form A plus B times A minus B. So here we're going to end up with s plus 4 times s minus 4, and it's as simple as that.